You know, I'm a cook, not a proctologist. You know what I'm saying?
Chuck here, the conductor of the flavor train. I challenge the man himself, Emeril, to make a Cioppino. How you feeling, chef?
I got this, I think. All right, folks, here I am with Chuck Mato. Am I saying that right?
You're saying it right. Chuck Mato, Chuck's flavor train.
Pitmaster extraordinaire.
He said it, not me. You heard it. You can't erase that. We got the footage.
Yeah, okay, so you got a challenge.
Something of a challenge. I don't know how much of a challenge it'll be for you, but yeah, I want to see what you can do and throw down today. So that's why I'm here.
Okay.
Being from the West Coast, the Bay Area,
All
right outside of San Francisco, we have a classic dish out there.
Sandabs.
Actually, that is very popular. He knows his stuff. But no, today, the challenge is Cioppino. If you're not familiar, those at home, a classic San Francisco-based dish. All the seafood that's fresh caught for the day in a pot, usually the leftovers, whatever the fishermen don't sell. It's a hearty Italian-based dish, a lot of love and a lot of flavor, but I don't want anything basic, okay? There's levels to the game, as you know, and I want you to kick it up a notch if you can for me, okay?
All right. I've had it a few times.
A few?
My mind is kind
Let me see. No. People at home, this is what happens. This is a shark. My dad was a pool shark. The way he said a few times, the smile, the twinkle in his eye, he knows what he's doing. I don't know how much of a challenge this is going to be, but we're going to push him as hard as we can.
All right. I'm going to have to call my chef to see what seafood I have at the restaurant that's fresh today.
Ask him to make Cioppino. He's got to call a friend.
Hey, chef. Hey, say hi to Chuck.
Hey, chef.
Chuck just challenged me to make a Cioppino. I'm wondering what kind of fresh seafood we have at the restaurant today.
Oh, you guys are in luck. Emeril just got their Gulf seafood delivery this morning. We have some beautiful blue crabs.
Yeah.
We got some great caught this morning snapper. Or just Grand Isle shrimps.
Yeah.
And some wonderful Florida clams. Will any of that work for you?
I'll take a little of each. Can you drop it by?
For you, chef, anything. I'll see you soon.
All right, bud. Thanks.
It's nice to know people.
Yeah. Hey, here he is.
Hey, how y'all
Whoa,
doing?
man.
It's the real flavor train right there, coming in with a box like that.
Some beautiful stuff this morning, Chef.
Before I dig through your box, I got to say thank you, chef. Thank you, thank you.
Look at
Oh,
this.
you're so welcome.
Look at these.
Fresh every
Pretty much
morning.
every morning.
This is already a different level than what I normally operate on.
Look at that, huh? Crabs.
So I'm a West Coast boy. We got dungees out there. So these blue
These
crabs,
are
that's a
these are
whole
the
new
blue
thing
crabs.
to me.
They're so sweet. Chuck, what do you think of these snappers? Just caught this morning
My
in the Gulf
Lord.
of Mexico.
It almost looks too pretty to eat. It's like a work of art.
Yeah, I don't do too much to that. Just chunk it up, I think.
I like that.
Try one of those. Just right out of the thing. That's not even like cooked or marinated.
Emeril
Look at
giving me a
those
fresh blue
beautiful
crab
lumps.
product. Dreams come true, kids.
Yeah, look at the lump crab meat. Look at this.
Can't get fresher than that.
No.
We could honestly, I know we're supposed to do a challenge. We could all just eat this right now just like this if you want.
No problem.
Call it a party, pour up
Stop.
some margaritas and cancel the whole
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. You start chucking some clams.
There
now.
we go, there we
Yeah.
go.
Enjoy, gentlemen.
Thank you, chef.
My pleasure.
The first thing we got to do is we got to start the base. 3 will do it. Is that knife okay for you?
That knife works perfectly.
Yeah.
Whatever he gives me, I'm just gonna say yes, chef, all day long.
I love it. I would just do a nice dice.
Yes, chef.
Not too big, not too small.
Perfect.
You know, and it's all about layering too, as you know.
Absolutely.
You know, whether you're at the pit outside or inside, it's really about layering.
Layer your flavor and do it major. He's just confirmed that, so I speak no lies. Is that always in your base for your red sauces? You always go with celery?
Yeah, I like it. And if I wanted a little sweetness, I'd add a little carrot, but not in Cioppino.
Gotcha, I agree, absolutely.
All right, so I got this clean for you.
I like the way you did that.
Yep. Get that all out of there.
So can I ask you something? I know that BAM was created organically. You're trying to wake the people up. What about the other sayings? The way you would pronounce garlic and the kick it up a notch. Was that
Yeah.
something organic or was that something
Speaking about garlic, here's
right
some
on
garlic
cue?
right here.
You couldn't do it better if we tried.
Exactly. No, I think a lot of it too is my accent, you know, being from the Boston area. I've lived in New Orleans over 40 years, and I still have that New England.
It's hard to get rid of.
I know,
Hard to
it's
get rid of.
It's unbelievable. Well, now most people just think I'm from Brooklyn.
So I gotta ask, he's talking about I'm a big football fan. Saints, Patriots, I gotta ask.
No, I'm definitely a Saints fan.
There we go. Yeah, the Niners actually played the Saints this
Yeah.
past weekend for the preseason game.
Well, we didn't have a good outcome there.
It's the preseason. You guys
Yeah.
look all right. Carl looked pretty good.
Yep.
Talking football.
All right,
and
so I'm
making
gonna-
Cioppino with Emeril. Oh my God.
I'm gonna go in here with some olive oil.
Drop it all in, chef.
Yeah.
Slide over here.
So what we're doing is we're starting the base here, folks. He wants me to kick it up a little bit, so.
A lot of bit. Kick it up a lot of bit.
So I'm going to, my two to go to.
I love that, Chef. I have to say, so I did a Cioppino recently. I had a meetup. Some friends came out that aren't from the Bay Area. And I actually put some Italian sausage in the Cioppino. And they said, oh, it's a seafood dish, though.
You
the
better
fact that he's
believe it.
going and throwing some sausage, gotta do it.
Oh, I'm going to my home roots here.
What do we got here, Chef?
This is chorizo, or chorizo. But this is not the Spanish kind. This is the Portuguese kind.
Okay.
Just kind of do half moons like that.
Yes, Chef.
While you're doing this, I'm going to get some seasoning going. Salt, pepper, because I'm going to use essence.
That was something I can remember buying as a child and having my mom. I felt like a real chef with that. As soon as I had the essence of Emeril, that was what made me feel like I was a real chef doing real things.
I love it. All right, so I'm going to go in with the chorizo. Take some garlic, dice it up. You can go in with all of that. How you feel about ham?
Do I look like I said no to protein? Really kicking it up a notch. That's something I never would have done, Chef. I see where you're going with this.
Yeah. Why don't we put just a little rough chop on that?
Rough chop, yes, Chef.
And then I'm going to go in here. I got some shrimp stock. We just took the heads of and the peelings of the shrimp, covered with water. Bring it up to a simmer. Little seasoning.
How long?
30 minutes tops.
30 minutes?
Tops.
How come tops?
You don't want to get it too bitter.
Okay.
And actually what happens, it could get a little bit too sweet.
And that's something I did not know. Ask questions, that's how you get answers.
That's right. Add that ham in there. You know what's missing.
Well, outside of the seafood, of course.
You know what's missing is that Italian thing.
That's what I'm waiting on. I was waiting for him to get there.
While you're opening that, I'm going to go in with a little bit of Italian seasoning.
I love that you're cooking with your hands. In this world of social media and things like that, there's always gloves all the time. Everything is a little too sanitized. You've got to feel it. Cook with love, you know what I'm saying?
Those glove things. You know, I'm a cook, not a proctologist. You know what I'm saying?
And now we're getting somewhere, people.
Yeah. Folks, what you want to do is remember this. You want to cook this base before you even think about adding the seafood in here. Make sure you're tasting it. Then you can re-season it.
Absolutely.
So you season, then you re-season. Then we'll go in with the seafood. See this at home? Now you got to be careful because if you squeeze them together and they don't close, there's a problem. See, this guy's open right here. See, he's smiling at you at home. See how he just closed up? We have these crabs. So these are hard.
It looks like I could eat that thing like a Skittle, pop it in my mouth whole.
I love them. We got the fish that we filleted, checking for bones. So there's a little bone there. So we want to go in and take that rib cage out of there. You don't want to be serving your guests any bones.
And you're right, he brought up two very important hazards. You can make a beautiful sauce, serve up a wonderful Cioppino. If you put bad clams in there, the whole party's going sideways real quick.
You better believe it.
Same thing, a kid chokes on a bone, so yeah, absolutely. Prep is everything.
So I think we should just go right down the center here. Cut the fish in pieces and chunks.
Let me ask you something, Chef. Generally, when the skin is still on, people will pan fry it. How do you feel about the texture of a scaled fish in something like this where it's braised or stewed?
I actually don't have a problem with it. If we took the skin off of it, which is really sort of the protector, we're just letting the fish flake apart. These here, Chuck, look, right in half and be done with it. Right in half.
I gotta tell you something, Chef. As we're cooking and going through this process, I feel your energy creeping up a little bit. You can tell that you get excited about food still to this day.
Oh, 100%, 100%. We got everything ready now. Our shrimp are peeled. We got our crab meat, our crab claws. Fish is ready. Clams are ready. They've been rinsed. It's all beautiful. So let's let this simmer and then we'll give it a taste and then we'll go from there.
I like that.
Okay, so this has been simmering now for about 30 minutes.
It has, and the hardest part, at least for me, has been not diving into that pot because it smells phenomenal.
It's incredible. And now we're gonna start layering the seafood. So the first thing we're gonna go in with, obviously that's gonna take the longest, is the crab. Lots of recipes that you'll see out there.
They say put it all in at once.
Put it all at one time.
No, no, no.
I mean, the shrimp cook different than the fish. The fish cooks different than the clams. Clams cook different than the mussels,
Absolutely.
right? This is already cooked and clean. We'd add that last, right? So a couple of ingredients that we want.
Party starter right there.
Oh yeah. Now we're gonna flavor this with wine.
Okay.
And you may say at home, why didn't you do that in the beginning? Well, if I did it in the beginning, what happens is you evaporate instead of concentrate. Here, it's gonna be straight on. So we're gonna get that.
Evaporate, not concentrate. And that's something I never knew. I was always the advocate. I would always deglaze with the wine and let it cook throughout the whole process.
Well, there's some dishes that I do that.
Okay.
When I want to have it evaporate, but this is I want to concentrate some of the flavor.
So you want to have a little bam.
That's
in
right.
There's what you're saying.
That's exactly right.
I see where we're going.
All right. So now I have fresh parsley that we cleaned.
Why the parsley now at the end versus early in the cook?
I want to taste it.
nice and fresh.
Why don't we get a look at this? You see the crab is beginning to start cooking. Let it cook, baby.
Let him cook!
Let it cook.
Let him cook!
That's why they call it cooking. Now we're gonna add the clams, let them start cooking. You see the sand that they let out. So you really wanna rinse them really, really good. Now we're gonna let those clams kind of do its thing. Now the other thing that I like to do, the fish is not seasoned, right? I can't season the clams because they're closed.
I'm shaking my head over here, Chef, because I talk about flavor packing and layering the flavor. I don't do this when I do my Cioppino, and a light bulb just went off in my head. Why not?
I did the same thing with the shrimp.
Flavor every step of the way. You learn something new every day, especially from a legend.
Well, you really should. If you don't learn something every day, then you're cheating yourself. That's the way that I look at it.
100%.
You see this tight shot here, guys? Just starting to open up a little bit. You see that? Now we're gonna go in with the fish.
See, if school was like this, I'd pay attention. I'd have got straight A's. This, I'm invested, I'm learning. This is my type of test right here.
100%. And as soon as the fish gets about halfway, that's when we're gonna add the shrimp.
Fully submerge
I
it.
just wanna submerge it, you know?
One for you, one for me.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, see how the clams open like that now?
And question, Chef, and I'm not familiar with the blue crabs. Are you worried about overcooking them? Can they just sit there and soak up that flavor? We don't got to worry about it?
That's a good thing. Blue crab claws, we're gonna add a few of those. Last minute, we're just gonna add a little bit of that lump crab meat.
I got to test it to make sure it's good.
Oh, 100%.
I've never just taken buckets of crab and put it in there like that.
You wanted me to kick it up a little bit, so.
I threw it on a challenge. He said, watch me work, young buck. Sit back and watch me work.
All right, so here we go. So look at all of that beautiful seafood.
I'm shaking with anticipation. I'm not even kidding.
Blue crab.
That crab.
Here it is, my friend.
I can dig right in.
You can dig right in. Here's a spoon.
Gonna be honest, Chef. I talk a lot of trash online. I don't care who you are, legend or not. So I'm gonna be real with the taste test, okay? The smile. You have me smiling, Chef, and that's just the broth. Magical.
This is banging.
Some would say bang, bang, flavor gang.
Yeah.
Flavor pack and never lacking. We'll try some of that seafood real quick.
Oh yeah.
Snapper's official. Like a ref with a whistle.
I love it.
Oh my goodness. I feel like a kid in a candy store. My wildest dream, Chef, as a kid on my wish list. One day you're gonna have Cioppino with Emeril and it's gonna be the best Cioppino you've ever had. Chuck, you're lying. I'm not lying, folks. I'm doing it right now and it is phenomenal.
Not heavy on the salt. Just tons of flavor. And that chorizo and the ham.
Make it pop and take it over the top.
Yeah,
they
look,
really
I got
do.
that piece of that ham.
Everything works together. You got the texture in there.
Oh my God, how did I do?
On a scale of it's not seasoned, so I'm not eating, to flavor packing, never lacking, I would say that you, sir, definitely got the party cracking. This right here, pinky popping, give me more bowls because I ain't stopping.
I love it.
This is a feast that's guaranteed to please the beast.
I love it.
Cannot get enough.
You heard it from the man.
This is the man right here. Chef, thank you. Put that in the book, baby. We're going to Hollywood.
So Chuck challenged me to make a Cioppino San Francisco style. Well, he wanted me to kick it up a few notches, which I did, because now we get it Emeril style.
It's hard to beat that. Bam!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, baby.